Hi, this is Ben Ivey, coming from very polluted and very noisy Shanghai at the moment. I can teach you how to get your life together and a self-care routine. Now, first of all, I wouldn't recommend spending a lot of time out where the pollution is quite bad, but that said, let's move on with this video. So, the first thing is I'm going to get you guys to do an exercise, and that is the areas of focus. Now, we have 3 areas of focus in our lives. Now, it's our relationship, our work, and our self. So what I want you to do is I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to draw 3 circles of how much time you spend on your relationship versus yourself versus your work. Now, relationship also includes friends, family, and things like that, not just with your loved one or children and things like that. So with that said, pause the video now, do that exercise, and then come back because you're going to find this very, very helpful. Welcome back. So I imagine that what is most likely for you is either a big work, a biggish relationship, and then a tiny self. Or maybe you are big work, okay self, and just no relationship. Or maybe you're just fully work and you're just watching this on the way to work. I'm not really sure. But either way, I imagine that your self isn't that big. If it is and you're watching this, then even though you spend a lot of time on yourself, you're not looking after yourself, which is why you're watching this video, or you're looking for strategies to help you move forward, all of which I'm going to cover. So with that said, and we're looking at looking after ourselves, and we're thinking of self-care routines, I wanted to cover that there's 3 main areas that I like to look at when I'm thinking about self-caring for my clients, as well as for myself, right? This applies all over. Now, the first thing is going to be health, then we're going to look at growth, and then we're going to look at emotions. And I'm going to give you a few strategies for each, as well as just ramble on and talk about how best you can self-care in these areas. So the first one is going to be health. And my point is going to be schedule time to exercise. If you want to learn how to self-care and you've got a very busy routine, you must schedule time to exercise. Because if it's not scheduled, you're not going to do it. I remember previously when I was in Silicon Valley and I was thinking, okay, you know, I'll exercise, I'll get healthy. And if I didn't schedule it, it never got done because I would always do more work, more work, more work. Then it was really big work, and the relationship itself was so tiny you couldn't even see them. Now, maybe you're relating to this. Either way, it's really important to get that schedule down, because when you have your schedule and you know what it is you're going to be doing in the gym, whether it's spending, like, you've got a weight routine, you understand your reps, and you've just got clarity and you understand what you have to do. If you're running, you know how long for, at what pace, cycling, things like that. That is going to really, really help you to form this foundation. Now, with that said, you also want to understand how long it takes you to get to the gym and back, because I remember when I first started doing this, I was like, an hour, and then I'd spend like 20 minutes in traffic on the way there, get changed, I'd spend like 20 minutes in the gym, and then I'd be late back home, and it would just be terrible. So you want to make sure that you plan enough time so that you can enjoy your workout, but not to take it lax so that you're just being like, I've got lots of time. Does that make sense? If you schedule an hour for a workout and you know how long it takes you to get there and back, my guess is you will get that done in an hour when you're aware of the time. Next is create the right environment to support how you want to feed your body. That's a bit of a mouthful, but let me explain why I phrased it the way I have. Because when it comes to nutrition, right, everyone has their own opinion on this. Eat more fats, eat more carbs. I mean, I don't know where you are in the world, but environment affects this, culture affects this. I mean, there's so many different things that can affect this. But ultimately, to take care of yourself, I mean, there's a few foundations, right? Eat lots of vegetables, eat more fruit, get enough protein, make sure you're exercising. Right? Diet has a really big effect on the way we feel, like how we look, obviously, especially losing weight and things like that. But ultimately, when it comes to your environment, if you can get your environment to support whatever nutrition that you want to follow, it's going to become easier. For example, if you're losing weight, don't have a drawer with loads of snacks and chocolate and biscuits. Right? I know when I started losing weight, I had that drawer and I kept eating from that drawer. Right? There's only so much willpower works. But when you're hungry and the only thing there is like an apple, that's all you have. So that's where the environment helps support you. So I really, really, really want you to get these 2 points for health. If you can get these, it's going to become so much easier. Right? A bonus thing to do is get someone that knows what they're doing and get them to tell you what to do. Right? I have a friend that I've known for a very long time, and I saw him in China a few days ago. And he was saying, I've got my personal trainer, he's given me my fitness routine, it's exactly what I need, right? So you can always get an expert to help you with this. This isn't something you have to do by yourself. Next thing is growth. So with this, the number one thing you've got to do is experiment. And why do I say experiment? Because ultimately what we want to do is move you out of your comfort zone. And experimenting is one of the best things. It's where you do things that are new, right? Get a friend, go to new events, start new hobbies, and grow in whatever it is that you think, that you want to feel, right? So the growth could be reading books, it could be attending events, like whatever it is for you, but we just want you to experiment and do new things, right? Having these new experiences gives you that spice of life, and it really helps with emotions that I'll move on to. But ultimately, you've got to learn to experiment, and always bring a friend along if you want to, or if you're feeling very experimental, go by yourself. Right, one of the things that I did about a year and a half ago, even longer maybe, I did laughing yoga. I went by myself, the most ridiculous thing I've ever done. I'm not going to mention it anymore because it was so silly. But if you haven't done laughing yoga, give it a go. Come back to me, comment on this video. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. You just get in a group and you just laugh at each other going like, ha 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 ha. It's just beyond silly. I would recommend doing it. And next on growth is invest in educational seminars and events. It's so important to not only get more knowledge and understand more tools and strategies to be able to help you in lots of different areas of your life, but also the people that you meet. Helping yourself grow and think in different ways and meet different people is going to help you so much. So for myself, I invest in educational seminars and things like, and programs. I probably do altogether about 2 to 4 a year, I would say. And there's obviously other events that I attend here and there, but like bigger ones, I would say that's probably it, right? I probably attend maybe 2 bigger events in the year, and then I do maybe 2 programs. Yes, I would say have a think about that and see how that affects you. Next is Whoo Time. That's right, Whoo Time. Now, I literally came up with this today because I thought it was amusing, and I thought I'd share it because I thought it would amuse you too. Now, Whoo Time stands for waste or use time. And this is time where, for example, you're walking, or you're traveling. It's time when you're not really doing anything, like you could check your phone, you could do this, you could either waste the time or you could use the time. So Whoo Time could be, I don't know, when you're picking someone up, where you're, I don't know, sorting out your washing, where you're not really doing anything, but it takes time. This is Whoo Time. So you've got to work out whether or not you're going to use this time and how you can use it. For me, audiobooks are amazing on 2 times speed. You fly through books, right? But if you're looking at growth and you're looking to look after yourself more, instead of having your mind worry and on that negativity bias that you're used to, give yourself some inspiration or some motivation and help you move forward with your life where you're feeling excited in your Whoo Time, as opposed to wasting it and feeling negative and feeling down on yourself. Number 3, emotions. This is the monthly, ridiculously fun activity. So when it comes to this, right, what do I want you to be able to do? I want you to pick one thing per month that you want to do that's really, really fun and do it and schedule it for yourself. This is going to feed your soul. It's so much fun, whether it's paintballing, skydiving, bungee jumping, riding horses, playing chess, whatever it is, do something that's a lot of fun once a month and you are going to have so much fun. You're going to feed your soul and you're going to get all those emotions that you want to feel. Next is you've got to have a morning routine. When it comes to your emotions, you need to be able to prime yourself for the day. So what I mean by this is you've got to be able to have the right strategies, whether it's gratitude, visualizing your success, morning pages, whatever it is for you, that helps ground you so you're ready to start your day in a really good state. Instead of how most people start the day, which is, a cup of coffee and then you go. Right, you want to have some sort of morning routine in place that allows you to move forward. And that's going to be so good to ground your emotions and for you to take care of yourself more. Because if you're there managing your business, managing your family, you've got to have some you time as well. Next is the evening routine, as well as a morning routine. You want to have an evening routine so you've got a nice way to finish off the day that's for you, right? It can be something simple, whether it's journaling, whether it's just sharing your thoughts with a partner, like whatever it is, have some sort of evening routine in place so that you finish where your mind is processing everything in a good mood and in a good state. Otherwise, your emotions may run wild through the night and you'll wake up in a bad mood. Lastly, it's going to be spend more time with growth friends. So why is this important? Because growth friends are going to be helping you move forward and helping you feel amazing about yourself. So that's why you want to make sure that you spend as much time with them as possible. Because the truth is, 20% of your friends give you 80% of the joy. Spend more time with that 20% that make you laugh, that make you cry with laughter, that make you giggle, that you have fun with. This is where, it brings the spice of life alive. So with that said, I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've got some golden nuggets you can actually take and use. Once again, if you're watching this video and not taking any notes, I would really recommend to, because if you're just listening to this, it's going to be difficult to take it all in and apply to your life. So with that said, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Comment if you have any questions, like the video if you found it helpful, share it with any friends that you think would benefit, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon.